Hello everyone, welcome back to my Excel tutorials. I am Jennifer, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use for loops, if functions, and how to create command button. For loops can be very useful when you want to apply the same command to multiple objects. So let's start with an example. So here is an example in my previous video. Today I'm going to create a for loop command that will reward my customers based on the number of pizzas they orders. So I'm going to create some fake customer names here. I'm just really running out of names, so anything would do. Okay, and I also input some quantities that they ordered. Okay. Right. So say for example, I want to reward my customer so any customer who order more than 3 pizzas, they got 1 extra. Okay, and I want to make the remark in the reward column here. So I can use the loop function. The idea is that if I can write command that work for every quantity values in my table, I can repeat that command for all other values in other cells. Okay, so I will firstly define my variable. So I will create a variable called quantity, and I assign that to the range D4 to D12, which is the third column in my table. I also assign a variable called reward, deem reward as range, and then I set reward to the range F4 to F12, which is the last column in my table. So you will see that it will be easier for us to refer to the range using the name instead of typing the code name, which is a little tedious. Okay, so I will type for x. So x here is the variable that I use to assign row number, right? So you see that within the quantity columns, right, I will apply this function to every cell starting from cell 2 to the very last cell. Okay, so I think that's cell 9, right? So we type for x equal to 2 to 9. I type for x equal to 2. Right, that should be 9, guys. We come back and correct that later. Okay, so I'm in this function I will introduce you an if function as well. So I will type if quantity, which is the third column in the table, cells x, right? If the values in the first column, the third column, and cells x is greater than 3, then I will assign in the reward column on the same cell. So I also type cells x, and I assign the value bonus 1. Okay, now I end the if function by typing an if. After that, I end the loop function by typing next x. So you see what happened here is that x was will start with 2, and after every loop it will increment by 1. So when x equal to 2, it will deal with the second row in the table. It will check whether the quantity cells is greater than 3, then it will type bonus 1 into the reward column on the same cell. When it's finished these commands, x will be increased by 1. So now x becomes 3, it go back and repeat the same loop, right? And it keep doing that until it's finished. So now I will type F5, and you see that the first 4 rows, the values of quantities are greater than 3, so they all got bonus 1, and the last 4 doesn't get any bonus. Now say for example, for those people who do not get a bonus, I want to make a remark in the reward column as well. I can go back to the if functions. I insert the else function after the then command. So I would type else reward cells x equal to no bonus. So what it does is that if this condition is correct, then do this, otherwise do that. Okay, so I will delete the values there, reset my commands, and run the whole thing again. Okay, so you see the last column, the last values got nothing in there, basically because we miscount the row number. So I will go back to the for loop, right? So my x value should go from 2 to 9. I will correct that, and you will see it will work. Okay. Okay, delete that. Reset my code, and I will press F5. So you see now it works. Okay, this is how our for loop and if function work. Right. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to create command button. So in order to create command buttons, I'm going to developer tab on my Excel workbook. You see where it is here? Okay, so under insert, right, click on the drop down list and select the command button active X control here. Right, so it will allow you to draw a command button on your workbook, just like how I'm doing right now. Okay, so now you can right click at the command button. Right, I don't know. Alright, no, that's not exactly what I want. Anyway, okay, so you can right click on view code. You right click on the command button, click on view code, then you see it create a private sub and end sub. Okay, so in order to allow your code to be run with a simple click, then I will copy all the code that I have written here. Everything in the middle of sub and then sub. Alright, so I copy that and I insert into my private sub here. Now exit this. Okay, so say for example I will delete all of these output that I have created. Now instead of going back to the VBA window, I can simply click on this. Alright, so you have to exit this design mode first. Right, so unclick that. Now you can click on the button and it will run all of the code within the command button that you have created. Now you can click on design mode, right click on that, and then you can edit this command button, name it with anything you like. So for example, I will name this a bonus command. Okay, now I want to create another command button that will clear all of my output automatically. So say for example, if I have new input, I can clear the output and run the command again, right? So I will do the same. I go to Insert, Active X Control, Command button. I will draw a command button here. Also right click on it. Sometimes this happens, I'm not sure why, but yeah. So you see now it's work. View code, again you see it's create another private sub here below the one that you just created. So I will assign range F5 to F12, right, which is my last column, with blank value. So I just put a quotation mark here. I think I'm missing out the bracket here, guys. Okay, I say for example I also want to assign blank values to the range A1 to A2, right? Okay, now I can exit the code, right? So go back to this one. Again, you can change the name, go to command button objects, you can use clear, right? Now you exit the design mode. Okay, so now when you click on clear, it will all of the output will reduce, will disappear. And say for example I want to change this into 1, right, and this into 2, and let's see how it's work. So you see it compute to me again. So this guy John, before he got 4, so he got bonus, now he doesn't. Alright, so that's how you create a command button in Excel. So I hope you enjoy what you see.